wanted to talk to you today about Estroven's Complete Menopause Relief. Now, I have made no secret in the past about my age. To me, age is just a number, but there are many, many women who think that you don't ask a woman her age, you don't ask her her weight. And I completely sympathize. If that's how you feel, that's okay, that's no problem. Many of my aunts and my mother feel the same way. I have never have had age bother me. I remember my grandmother saying, "Oh, I'm an old lady," and this and that, and I kept telling her, when you hit 70, you are starting to get old. So, because she was so active, so I just said, when you hit 70, you're starting to get old. But I just the age never really bothered me. Because I feel like it doesn't matter. There are some people that they're in their 20s and they act like they're in their 70s already. And some they're in their 70s that act like they're 20. They've got all that energy still. So age really, the number, it's just a number. That's all I felt. So before I get into this, I'm going to tell you something that is rather personal, but I'm not, it doesn't really bother me to tell you. I don't tell everybody, but I'm going to tell you because someone else might have the same issue that I've had. I've had two children. They are 18 and 16. And 16 years ago, I had to have a hysterectomy. My children were too big for my body. Back then, hard to believe if you looked at me now, my body was the way you see many women now on the runway. You see how they are really, really skinny. I was toothpick skinny. I was really, really skinny. And that being said, my body couldn't hold the babies. I had to do bed rest. I spent almost the entire 9 months of both pregnancies in bed. And even then, I had to have hysterectomies because they were too big. C-sections, because they were too big. That is my husband's fault. I was a normal sized baby. He was almost a 10-pound baby. And my kids were both over 9 pounds. And so I had to have a hysterectomy, and my doctor told me that because I had the hysterectomy, either one or two things would happen. Either I wouldn't go through menopause at all, or it was going to happen, well, actually three things, because he said that it's either going to happen right away or later on in my 40s. I am 45, fixing to have a birthday soon in a couple of weeks. And okay, I have noticed in the past maybe like 2-3 years, I start to get hot flashes where it feels like someone has turned on the heater and needs to shut that thing off because it is so hot, and I feel it from like my chest up. And I've never actually seen myself having a hot flash until about 2 weeks ago. So, which I'll get to that one in a little bit. So, I would get that feeling like it was so hot, and I would start sweating, and I honestly cannot remember. There is a product. It looks like little makeup wipes, those makeup removers. They come in a little package like that. I remember the package was purple, and there were cooling wipes for women, and I would pat that on before I put on my makeup, and that made a big difference. So that I wouldn't sweat as bad because that cooling effect was on. And then I carried that thing in my purse for when it did happen, I could just dab it and feel a little cooler. Well, it has been so long. I would get those things like they turn up my thermostat, And I would get it for like a month, maybe 2 months, and then it's like it just went away. It was all gone. And I was like, okay, well, there you go. So I gave those little things away, thinking, you know, I saw other women and they're fanning themselves. And you see those commercials where they've got the woman with her head in the freezer. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with them? And I would see my mother and I thought, okay, she is like so over the top. Come on. You see her with a fan and she is just, I just can't get cool. I just can't. Okay. And I thought, it can't possibly be that bad, until I started to get those hot flashes where I felt like they turned on the heater. And I'm like, oh my gosh, when are they going to shut it off? Now, granted, it never really lasts long. They turn up the heater and it'd be on for maybe 2-3 minutes, and then they remember to shut down the heater in my body there. But for those few little minutes, I felt like if I had a freezer, I would do the exact same thing that lady did and put my whole head in there. So, you know, I start to sympathize because now I'm going through it. So for any of those women that I'm sure are not watching this video and they are looking at us like we are nuts, what is wrong with you? Your time is coming. Because I had to call and apologize to my mother for thinking, you have just lost it. It is not hot in here. It is not that bad. So, you know, I had to apologize to my mom. So that brings me to now. About 2 weeks ago, the heater in my body turned on again. But this time it brought a friend with it. And this is the first time that this has ever happened. Oh my gosh. I started to get night sweats. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. What? I just got out of the shower. How on earth? I'm like, oh, how on earth am I sweating? I had the fan on high, the air condition in our house. Oh my goodness. My husband is totally loving it. My kids are walking around with sweaters or long sleeves. We've got all the fans on high. And then we even got, you know, those tower fans. Got them blowing on high as well. All the ceiling fans are on high. Got the fans going on. The towers going on. The air conditioner in the house is dropped. But the night sweats would get so bad, I wanted to rip off my clothes and just go to sleep like that. But then that would cause another problem. I felt that my husband would think that was an invitation. And considering the way I was feeling, an invitation was the last thing he was going to get. So I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And then, as if that's not bad enough, the heater would turn on in my body. And so on top of sweating, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got a hot flash again. And I would, oh gosh. And then just when it starts to cool down, I'm still sweating, but my legs, my feet are getting cold because the fan is on high. The air conditioner in the house is on cold. So I would cover myself up. Then here it comes again. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. It was just awful. So for all the women who are having these situations right now and before, on behalf of all the daughters out there who thought their moms were nuts, or saw any woman who was, you know, fanning themselves and we thought, you are just that bad. What is wrong? I apologize. It finally has come around, and yeah, karma bit bad. Because this time, like I said, the hot flashes came with night sweats. It brought a friend, and I don't want it to bring any more friends. And my mother has used this for, well, not this particular one, but this brand for many years. And she says that it does help her a little bit. She's on a lot of medication and some of it causes her to sweat. So it makes it a little hard for her to get complete relief. So one thing that I told her I cannot take is soy because I'm allergic to soy. And all the ones that I saw that had this had soy in it. So I couldn't take them. But I was in Sam's and I just thought, let me go ahead and see what's in this box, because this one looked different from the ones I'm used to seeing my mom, you know, whenever I take my mom shopping, I'll see her pick it up, and this looks different. And I didn't see any soy. Here are the ingredients. I didn't see any soy in the ingredients here. Can you see that? It says this is supposed to be safe and effective, hormone and estrogen free, that you should get results in as little as 28 days. It is soy free, non-GMO, vegan, gluten free, and it says that, oh, right here. Here I am trying to memorize everything, and it's right on the box. It says it reduces hot flashes and night sweats, supports restful sleep, which after having night sweats, I'm hoping so because I haven't been able to sleep very well. It manages your daily stress and mood, manages irritability, which, yes, having the thermostat in your body turn up and getting night sweats will make you irritable. So there again, I'm sorry, Mom. It's supposed to boost your energy, reduces physical and mental exhaustion, promotes concentration, promotes joint and muscular comfort. It manages menopause anxiety. I haven't experienced that yet, and I hope that's not the friend that these two will bring next time. It supports urinary and bladder health. It manages vaginal dryness and supports libido. It says clinically shown to reduce hot flashes by 80% and clinically demonstrated to reduce overall menopause symptoms by up to 60. And it says all this in one. So let's see, because nowhere on the box did I see exactly how big this is. So let's take a peek. I am sorry it's taking so long to get to the stuff in the box, but I felt that, okay, I need to tell you a little bit of this so you know that I totally understand and I'm feeling for everyone. There's 70 in here. And, okay, they're pretty small. Oh, how cute. And in the back, they have the days of the week. So you can keep track of which ones you're taking. That's pretty good. You can see they're relatively small. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all that's in there, which is good. So right there. And I really like that you have the days of the week. So unless you have one of those pill boxes that my mother has, she's got pill boxes for several. She's got for a whole week, and she's got several of them where you've got to put the little pills in there. She's got one for travel and one for there. This, if you don't have one of those, this will help because it's got the days of the week. So I'm gonna give this a try. It's worth it, worth a try if you know it works. One thing I do have to tell you is she did say when I told her that I found this and the price, she did say it was more expensive than what she normally pays. Now this one I got at Sam's for $36. So if this works, then that is pretty good. I am not on any hormone pills at all. My mother is on estrogen pills, and she also takes this. So I've never asked her how much hormonal pills cost. But I'm not sure I'd really want to take it because she said one of the side effects is cancer. And of course, nowadays, just about everything causes cancer. But I figure, okay, that might be one less thing to take. Oh. Okay, it says a plant deprived of rhubarb, ERR731 is clinically shown to help relieve all symptoms tested. Okay, so I didn't see that, but that's what it says right here. And actually the way that looks, it reminds me of ginger. Hopefully this helps, and maybe it'll be cheaper than taking hormone pills. Like I said, I really don't want to take that. And I mentioned how I never seen myself have a hot flash, because for one, whenever I get it, it's for a month to 2 months, where every single day, a few times a day, I will feel that. I have noticed in these last couple of weeks, the thermostat in my body turns up several times a day, so much more than it has in these last few years. And I say about 2-3 years, I think is when this started. I don't remember. It's just a few years is when it started, and it would come on for like 1-2 months, and then it was gone. I was good, cool as a cucumber. The air conditioning came down in my house and everything. You know, I didn't have to do anything. Well, actually, I never really changed the thermostat until this time. But I never had to, really worry about anything like that until this time. I was putting my makeup on maybe about a week after this one started, and I saw my face and from my chest to my face started turning red, and it actually started to melt off my makeup. I had gotten so hot. I was just starting to put on my makeup, and I put on my foundation, and I saw on one side of my face, because I hadn't put it, like I said, I just started putting on my makeup. I saw where it was red. My face was red, like I was blushing. And the other side started to, I have to assume this happens with every woman. When you start to get hot, your pores get hot, and you start to see red through your foundation, through your powder, through everything, through your makeup. And that's what happened, and it started to melt it. I couldn't believe it. And I wouldn't have believed it had I not seen it myself. And so that was something that was really, wow. So then later on, when I completely put my face on, I had another one. And I asked my boys if they could see I was having a hot flash. And they said, even though I had all the makeup on, they could definitely see it on my chest and a little bit on my face. Because they said, we know you have a little color on your cheeks here, but you shouldn't have color on your forehead or your chin, your nose, all this. You shouldn't have, red there. And so they could see just a little bit through the makeup, but they could definitely tell right here. So we're gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna give this a shot, and let's see what happens. I'm hoping this is gonna help, because I don't like it at all. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone. I wanted to give you a quick update on Estroven. I have taken all of these, and I am very pleased. After about the 5th day, I started to notice a difference. The hot flashes, they were a lot less. Instead of having about 2 an hour or two, every, 2-3 hours. I don't know how often. It just seemed like it was happening so much more than it had before. And the night sweats, I noticed now that so I haven't actually counted how many times I have felt that hotness come upon me. All I know is it is nowhere near as often as it was 5 days ago. Well, not 5 days ago, but 5 days 5 days before I started taking these. From day one, put it that way. I'm tired. It's been a long day. And it's 5:30 in the afternoon, and I'm thinking about dinner. Got to start getting that ready. Like many of you, I'm sure, having to get stuff ready. But I noticed on the 5th day, it was so much more relief compared to day 1. There, that sounds better. That's what it is. I noticed that the hot flashes were not as often. They weren't coming on as frequent, and they weren't lasting as longer. Granted, they weren't lasting that much long before, maybe about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't know how long. I've never actually timed one of those. All I know is it feels like it's lasting way too long. It feels like it just comes on in a flash and then kind of goes away. Except it's kind of like a fade as it's fading away. Kind of like, when you turn on the stove, you turn it on, and after you've had it on for a while and you turn it off, the color starts to dim. I don't know what kind of stove y'all have, but I'm pretty sure it works with just anyone. We have one with a glass top, but I'm sure the ones with rings will do the same thing. That you've got your stove on and the rings are red hot. You can see that they're hot, and you turn it off, and the color, that red, starts to slowly fade. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like it's just slowly going. It feels so much better. I feel that relief. As far as the night sweats, even that, I'm still, well, not right now, but at that point on the 5th day, 5th night, I noticed that I was still getting night sweats, but I didn't feel it all night long. When before I couldn't get a good night's sleep, I was tossing and turning and putting on the covers, throwing off the covers, and all night long. I don't know how my husband got any sleep with me constantly flip-flopping and ripping the covers off, pulling the covers away. But I noticed that I was getting a little bit more sleep, and the sweatiness was a lot better. I didn't feel like I need to rip off my clothes or go jump in the shower again, which like most people, take a shower with lukewarm water. I even had a hot flash in the shower, and I was lowering it so that it was cold. It was actually cold water. I'm not going to say ice cold, but it was cold. And I have hypersensitive skin, and due to some medications that the doctors have put me on over the years, it kind of messed things up, and it caused hives. And now I have to take medication to kind of calm those hives down. So when I first started making videos, my kids asked me to make videos, you might have seen that I had long sleeves on or sweaters on a lot. It was because I had the hives. So having these night sweats and hot flashes really bothered me, because bothered me as, anyone of us would. It's hot, sweaty, ugh. You don't want to feel that. But it bothered me in the sense that I was worried that I was going to start getting hives because of this. If if I'm cold, if I'm hot, if I start to sweat, I start to get hives. So it was really a thing for me, an extra thing to worry about. Besides me standing there talking to someone in the store or a friend, and all of a sudden I'm getting a hot flash, and it is cold in the store or in the doctor's office, in the church where you know it's freezing in there, and I am dripping with sweat because I am having a hot flash and I am dying here. And this person, I'm like, wrap it up, let's go. Okay, I got it, I understand it, I know exactly where to go now. Because you're asking, like in the store, where can I find this, or do you have this? Do you know when you're getting it in? Normal chit chat that you're asking an employee, and you're like, okay, I got it, I'll figure it out later. I just gotta go because I was sweating and I was embarrassed. So this kind of gave me an extra thing that I had to worry about. So I really, besides the uncomfort that I felt, I also had this stress from having to worry about whether or not I was going to break out in hives because of this. I take Zolair for the hives, and it's very expensive. Thank God for good insurance. But you still don't want the hives. So after the 5th day, like I said, I noticed relief from the hot flashes and some relief from the night sweats. By the time I finished this sheet, which was actually last night, and just to show you, here are the others. Haven't taken them yet. They are all still full. No more in there. Still full. Still full. I have not had one hot flash today. Not one. Not at all. And I have not had any more night sweats. The air condition has gone back up, and the fans, the tower fans anyway, are off. So the only fans that are still on are, the usual, the ceiling fans. They're always on. But now they're not on high. So my husband is disappointed with that. But, oh well. So I think that this is really good. I really like it. I hope it continues to work. I do have to say there's a little part of me that's a little scared because like I had mentioned in the first part of my video, when I first get this, that I would have it for like a month or two and then it was all gone. I didn't have any more symptoms. So I'm wondering if it's one of those things. And then part of me says, no, I don't think so, because they would last for about a month or two. I had it every day for about a month or two, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got menopause and we're going through it. And it's just not going to go away. It's here to stay, I guess. I didn't know, was this the time it's going to be here, and it's not leaving. But right now, I was a little worried about it, but then I started to think, no, because this is only after, what, about 2 weeks? I think this is, let me see. Yes, 2 weeks, because there's 2 Mondays in this back. So after 2 weeks, I have not had a single hot flash. And yesterday was, well, the last few days have been so crazy. I honestly cannot remember if I had a hot flash last night. Yesterday, but I know last night I didn't have any night sweats at all. I was able to get in bed. I had my covers. I know the night before, the same thing. I had my covers and my sheets. I had the sheets and the comforter. So I slept with it on, and I've actually the last about 3 or 4 days, well, nights, I'm definitely gonna say 3. I have slept with my nightgown and kept it on all night. I woke up and I had it. But I have been sleeping with a camisole in my panties because, like I said, I didn't want to give an open invitation to my husband, who would have totally thought it was an invitation had I ripped off all my clothes and gotten in bed. He would have thought, ooh, and I would have been, would not, don't touch me, So, I definitely didn't want to give him that open invitation. And so that is as little yet as much clothing as I went to sleep in, without trying to give him any kind of signals that, I was giving him some sort of opening for anything. But I have noticed that, and even though I had my camisole and just my panties, I was still having the night sweats. I was still sweating. I would tie up my hair at night because oh my gosh, I was sweating so much. And now I can sleep with my hair down. Granted, I've got it flipped over the pillow. I usually have it flipped over the pillow anyway, but I couldn't even do that because, you're tossing, you're turning in the night, and my hair will come down. It doesn't stay on the pillow. And I couldn't do that because I was so hot and it was getting so sticky. It would stick on me, and I had to, put it up. And I haven't had to do that. So I really think that this is a great product. I hope it never goes away. I say never because I don't know how long menopause is actually going to last. Some say it lasts for 5 years, some 10. Some say that they have it for the rest of their life. So I hope that will not be the case for me. Please, Lord, don't let that be the case for me. But if mine goes away in 5 years or in 10 years, I hope something like this will always be around, even if it's not this brand, that is this affordable and is helpful. And it's affordable to the sense that I'm sure it is cheaper than getting hormone pills or hormone shots. So I'm sure this is $36 is much cheaper than that. So in that sense, yeah, it would be affordable. But I think after what I have felt, and it's not everything on here, I guess, or I guess it is, because, I haven't been able to have a good sleep because I am so tired from not being able to sleep because I'm sweating and getting the hot flashes throughout the night. I don't feel like doing anything. Yep, I did get stress from knowing my next one is going to come. And I had mentioned about my makeup. I don't remember if it was in this part or the beginning when I first got this, that my makeup was melting off. I even had my MAC foundation. There is one that is waterproof and sweatproof. And this is Texas, so I use that one in the summer. It melted through that. And they were surprised. I actually took a picture. Oh no, I already deleted it. I took a picture to show them. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it melted through there. You could see all right here, you saw like little red dots. And my nose, my above my lip, right here, like my whole T-zone right here, definitely you saw all these like little red dots where it was melting. And you saw on my cheeks, of course you saw color. You saw color because it's red, but you also saw some of my blush. The makeup was, you could tell it was melting. It was not looking pretty. So I had to go everywhere with makeup in my car so that I could go and fix myself up because I didn't want to go to the next store looking like that. And I got way too many products to carry in my purse, so I had to have it in the car. But, oh yeah, had to carry my foundation and something this tiny. You get it from MAC. I have some that have a black, I think it goes this way, a black lid, and it's from MAC. I would keep my foundation in here, and they were kind enough to give me some other ones, so I could put powder in here. I could put, well, not in this particular one, but in the empty ones like this, I could put the powder in there, because they were small. I could put foundation, well, here, bronzer, my blush, in these little bitty things. And yeah, you can go and buy some, you know, so you can put in your purse, but they're, you know, good size compacts. And this is just small enough so I can put it in my car without taking up too much space. And if by some chance I couldn't put it together in my car, I can put it in my purse really quick, and then got to take it out because I didn't want to carry all this stuff in my purse, make it too heavy. So anyway, you could actually see that, and the temperature in my body got so hot that it melted off waterproof, sweatproof, I was going to say mascara foundation. And if anybody knows anything about MAC, MAC is really good. I love their products. I've actually done, you know, some videos on MAC, and why I chose MAC. But that is one thing that I loved about MAC, is that Texas gets very hot. Like right now, we're in the triple digits, and we are in July. And it is pretty hot. Even when the wind blows, it feels even hotter. And as I'm sure it does in other states like Arizona and New Mexico, it gets hot. But it is hot here, even when other states are, I'm going to say blessed, but I'm sure many of you all in the northern states are thinking, are you crazy? You all start to get your fall, and your cooler temperatures start to come. You get your 70s and your 60s, and we are still here in our hundreds, our 90s, and we are begging for the 80s and the 70s, and you all are starting to get your 60s and 70s or even 50s, and we are, you know, we are begging for an 80. So, you know, that makeup came in really handy. I like I said, I use it in the summer, and once we start getting cooler temperatures, then I'll use their other foundation, which now I just found out a couple of days ago they're going to discontinue. So I'm using a different one, which is not sweat proof or waterproof at all. Their prolonged wear was waterproof, but they're going to discontinue that one. But anyway, getting off subject. So I really think this will help. I don't know if there's any other makeup out there that is sweat-proof or waterproof that might help you feel a little bit more confident when you are having your hot flashes, and you are outside, you know, at work, in the store. It might help you feel a little bit better about getting your thermostat turned up. And I hope that this is around for many, many, many years. I hope it never goes away, so that for those that will continue to have it for all of their life, I really feel for you, and I pray for you. I pray that for whatever reason, God gave us this, and He will give us the strength to get through this, because many, many, many women came before us, and they had to deal with it, and they didn't have this that we are blessed with today, or any of the medication that we have today, and they went through it. So I pray that we all are able to go through this with grace. So I hope this helps you. Thank you very much for watching. Remember that you all are beautiful, loved, and you inspire someone every day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi everyone. I wanted to give you yet another update. I wasn't going to, and I noticed my son, he said he hadn't posted this yet. So I thought I would take the opportunity to give you another update, because the other one, the last one, I took it for 2 weeks, and so I have completed another one. And I am still very pleased with this. I would definitely say yes, you need to get some if you've got hot flashes, night sweats, things like that. I think this is what you need. And you will get some rest. Because it definitely messed up with my sleep. I just want to give you a chance to a little bit more than, in case anyone says, well, you really can't tell after 2 weeks. Okay, well, now it was 2 weeks on top of another 2 weeks. And I know you can't tell on the back of this one, but okay, these have the days of the weeks, days of the week on here, and they have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know, on and on. So you've got them twice on here. So I've already completed one of these, and here is my second one. And I am still feeling cool as a cucumber. I feel good. I am sleeping better. I'm getting my rest. Now the nights that I'm not sleeping, it's not because of this, you know, night sweats or hot flashes. My goodness. Oh, that's my timer. Sorry, my timer on my oven went off, so they're going to go take care of that for me so I can continue for you. So I have felt a lot more relaxed, and since I'm not having to lose my sleep because I'm feeling hot or I'm feeling sweaty and sticky, I am getting more of that restful sleep. When I'm not getting it, it has nothing to do with those issues. It's, you know, other things like my kids. Like, we homeschool, so I got to grade papers and tests and stuff like that. So it's the usual normal day-to-day thing. So I do recommend, if you're having that, to please try this. It is $36 at Sam's. It's 70 days on here, and they're $35, and you only take one of these little things a day. So far I have not felt any problems. My husband is a little sad that the house is not freezing anymore, and we don't have the fans on high and additional fans going on. So he is sad about that part, but he can just suck it. Because our electricity bill went up. Because of that, our electricity bill had gone up. Because I had, you know, everything going, and the air conditioning's so cold. And this, you know, this will be nice. A lot better, because everything has gone back down to normal. And I know I had mentioned that I would get it for about a month or 2 months, and then it would go away, and, you know, I wouldn't have anything for ages, or what seemed like ages. And I was worried about whether or not it was going to come back. I haven't had that problem. I thought that after I finished one that, you know, it might come back. So far, I think because I'm taking these every day is why I'm not getting it. So I don't know if what I was feeling was the full menopause or if it was just waves. My mother said that she has never had what I had, where I would have it for a couple of months, you know, like 2 months, and then it was gone. She thought that was a little odd. She said, no, when I got it, it was here to stay. I had it every single day. I've had it every single day for years. So I don't know why mine is like that, but that's how it was. I was very thankful for it because I didn't have to suffer that horrible feeling every single day. But I did mention that on this time, not only was I having the hot flashes, I was having the night sweats. And that, I was like, yeah, it brought a friend, brought a buddy. And I really, that was horrible. It was horrible. So I totally feel for everyone, especially like right now it's in the summer. And I kind of was joking around with my mom, and I don't want to find out. I said, well, this would be okay if I had this in the winter because it's cold outside and this would give me something to heat up with. You know, I could be heating up, getting from the car to the store, you know, so I wouldn't be as cold. She says, no, you're still going to be hot and it's not going to help. Even though it's freezing outside, it's not going to help you. You're still, the rest of you will be cold. Okay, so I don't want to find out. Since I haven't had any more symptoms, I haven't had the night sweats, I haven't had the hot flashes, I don't want to find out if that is true. And because I've been taking them every single day, I don't know if they will come back, if this was it and it was here to stay until it decides to go away or forever. I don't know. I just know that right now I'm taking these and I feel so much relief. And all I can do is, it's a little bitty pill once a day. I think it's worth it. And so I hope you all, if you're suffering the way I am, and whether you get it the way I did, a little bit at a time, I'm thinking it was God's way of preparing me, that it was coming. So if that's the case, if you all have it in little spurts here and there, it's coming. Maybe this will help for the times that you do have it, because I noticed it in, I want to say it was 5 to 6 days. I'm pretty sure. You might have to go earlier back to this video, because my son is going to splice it all together so that yeah, this is the third segment of it. Going to put it all together, and we're trying to do that not to make the videos longer, but because I've had people that they're saying, okay, well, you did this, but you need to do this longer. And I said, well, we actually already did that. You just have to scroll through the videos to find the second part of it or the third part of it. I had that issue when I was doing some reviews on shampoo, that, oh, you've got to take it a little longer than that. You got to use it. It's like, well, I did. You know, so I thought this way you don't have to worry about scrolling through all the videos, because I'm not the only one that makes videos on our channel. My kids do too. They're the ones that started this channel, and they just thought that because I'm forever looking things up, I'm in a store and I've never bought something before and I don't know if I want to spend the money on it, I'm looking up reviews, and they said you can do some of these things, so I've been doing it ever since. And I thought this would be something that would be good because, one, I'm pretty sure it doesn't cost as much as if you were to go to the doctor to get hormone therapy, but it might still be expensive for others. I'm gonna have to pause this video. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to pause the video because my husband had just arrived. I heard the garage door going up, so he got home a little early. Anyway, what I was saying was that I believe this, not knowing exactly, me not knowing how much hormone therapy is, but I'm sure that it's got to be cheaper. This has got to be cheaper than that. I said I got this at Sam's for $36, and there's 70 pills in there, which turns out to be just slightly over 50 cents for one pill, and you only take one a day, so that's a little over 2 months, about 2 months worth of pills of relief for $36. And just to show you, there's 36 pills, $36 divided by the 70 pills that are in this box. Well, not this box, not anymore. Turns out to be 51 cents per pill. So that turns out to be really affordable. I know that for some people $36 might still be a lot, but just saying that there's 30 days in 1 month. I know some have 28, some have 30, some have 31. That's why I say, so just saying that 30 days a month, that's about 2 months, and then with the extra 10, because I said there's 70, so you're going to get just a little bit over 2 months worth of relief. And then you don't have to buy it again, and until you get close enough to running out. And I noticed a relief after, within that first week. I want to say the fifth, sixth day, which I can't exactly remember now because it's been about weeks. So that's really good. And the box itself says you'll see results in as little as 28 days. So I know everyone is different, so you might end up having to wait the 27th day before you feel relief. I hope not. But that's what worked for me, is within that first week, I already started to feel some relief from the hot flashes and the night sweats. And I continue to feel it. So it's not, I feel cool now. Today is another day that I didn't have any hot flashes at all. And I took a nap earlier. I came home from church, had breakfast, did a few little things, and had a little nap before I had to go do some stuff with the kids in the afternoon. And I slept with my covers, and I didn't have to worry about tossing them off or anything. I actually felt relief. And I wasn't sure about doing a review on this because I didn't know what other people were going to say about it, because I asked my mother and I asked a few other people whether or not I should do this review, and my mom said it would be a good thing, perhaps. My husband said to be open to negative reviews, negative feedback. I had some say that this is an embarrassing thing and not to do it. That it's I don't think this is something you should be ashamed of. I think everybody, man or woman, knows that the woman goes through changes in her life, as do men. Men go through changes as well. Not the same ones that we do, but they go through changes in life too. Hey, we all went through puberty, right? So our bodies change then, and our bodies continue to change as we get older. So I don't think that this is something that we have to talk about in dark corners over there, that, oh my gosh, did you know, I had this, horrible night sweats last night, or, oh my gosh, I'm going through the hot flashes. I don't think you have to be ashamed that you are going through that change. Every woman will do it. Everyone goes through at a different time. Like I've mentioned, I'm 45, fixing to be 46 in less than a month. And some women, that's when they start, is in their 40s, some not until they're 50. So I think I'm right on schedule for when I'm supposed to go through this change. And I don't know how you will see this video. I tried to make the beginning part of this video a little funny and showing that how I felt. But my kids know that no matter what, I do anything to make them smile, to make them laugh. And I can be a complete goofball. I just want to hear my kids smile, to get them laughing. I feel bad when they have a hard day and, or they feel a little down, for whatever reason. So I don't like my kids to see when I'm in any kind of pain. And I do have physical issues that now cause me not to be so active like I used to be, which I'm not going to get into that. But when I have those days where I am in extreme pain, I don't want my kids to know that. I try to put on a smile. I start goofing off with them. I start joking around. I start playing games, whatever it is, because I don't want them to feel bad for me that, oh goodness, mom's in pain today, or mom can't get out of bed today, or whatever it is that, I'm having trouble with on that particular day. So I don't want them to feel that me going through this change is going to change me at all, because I am still going to be their mother. I'm still going to be a goofball. I'm still going to be the same me. My mom is still my mom. She still does things as she did before she went through menopause. She hasn't changed. She's just gotten older. That's it. So I'm hoping for the same thing. Is I'm going to be the same thing, do the same thing. I'll be the same way. And I don't want them to feel bad that I'm going through this. And I tell them, I always tell my kids, I say kids, they're 18 and 16. But I tell them they're always going to be my babies. I tell my youngest, my little one, and he is taller than me. But I tell them that women go through changes, and I don't want them to be one of those guys that they have no patience for women who are getting their monthly visit, or when they're pregnant and they're getting their mood swings, or when they're going through this. I don't want my kids to be intolerable of any of that. They need to be respectful, because we all are going through changes in life, just different things at different times, and we all handle them a little different. And I want my kids to be a little bit more acceptable or gracious or whatever, understanding. I don't know what you want to call it, but if I ever find out that my kids were making fun of my daughter-in-law because she's, oh my God, it's her time of the month, Aunt Flo came to visit, and I ever found that out, oh my goodness, I would wring their necks. Or if my daughter-in-law is pregnant and, they're picking on her because, oh, she's crying all the time or whatever, I would wring their necks. Granted, that is hopefully a ways off. I want them to be understanding towards her, towards any woman. And just as I would like to be understanding towards my husband, when he starts going through anything, I want to be supportive of him, and I want my kids to be supportive of their wives as well, or girlfriends, for that matter. So I really don't think this is something that should be embarrassed about. Like I said, I did try to make light of it, just because that's me. I'm goofy, I'm silly, that's how I am. And it was a way that I was able to explain it to my kids of what I was going through. And I just want you to know that for those of you that are going through menopause, I totally understand. I feel bad for all of us that have to go through this, because there's no choice. We have to go through it. It's part of life. But I am praying that we get through it with grace and dignity. And this is just something that's going to make us even better. Just like a fine wine, we get better with age. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day. Remember, you are beautiful, you are loved, and you inspire someone every day. Thank you. Hi everyone, I wanted to do an update before we tied all this video together and posted it. I mentioned on my last update how I had seen on TV another menopause supplement, and I wasn't sure about the name. I thought it was Ambien, but no, I'm not sure I'm saying this right, but Embryl or Embrin. It's this product right here. And I was kind of stuck in an aisle at Walmart today, and I happened to look down, and there it was right next to the Estroven. And so since I couldn't pass and I had to wait, I went ahead and I picked up the box. And it claims the same thing as Estroven, that it helps with the hot flashes, the night sweats, the mood swings, the low energy. You know, it helps with all those things. And it's also a 90-day supply. But what I noticed was it actually costs a little bit more. Not a whole lot more, since Estroven for a 90-day supply is $36. This one is a 90-day supply for $40. The Estroven is one tablet a day, and this one is 2 capsules a day. It says one white one that you have to take in the morning after breakfast. So this cannot be done on an empty stomach. And then you're going to take an orange one in the evening. I did not see any. It had maybe about 20 ingredients in there. It did not have any soy in there. So if you try Estroven and you find that it doesn't work for you, and you want to try something else, this might be a good alternative for you. Or if, like me, you cannot take soy and Estroven just isn't working for you, you might want to try this one. The Estroven, it says you'll start seeing results, some relief in as little as 28 days, which I saw it much quicker, but I think everyone is different. This one says that you should see results in 2 months. So you have to wait a little bit longer to see the results or get the benefits that it's offering you, the night sweats, the hot flashes, the low energy, things like that. Maybe you're getting joint pains or headaches. So all that stuff, you're gonna have to wait a little longer to get those results, but it's just another option for you to try. I might try it, I don't know. I'm going to see how I am once I complete the whole 90 days of Estroven. But if you feel that you would like me to give this one a try and let you know how it affects me, just let me know in the comments below. If not, then if Estroven seems to be doing okay for me by the end of the 90 days, which, like I had already mentioned, I do see some results. I saw them after a week of taking it, that I didn't have any more hot flashes. I didn't have the night sweats, but after about 4 weeks, I was starting to get the hot flashes and the night sweats, but the hot flashes were nowhere near as often. I'm not timing this, but let's say that before it was like it might not have been, but it felt like every 30 minutes, I was feeling a hot flash, and maybe it lasted for 5 minutes. I don't know. I never timed how often or how long I got a hot flash. But now maybe I'll get it 3 or 4 times a day, and it's for a split instant. I did show about the picture where it actually had the time posted, and so it was less than a minute. It lasted less than a minute. So I think I can handle 1 or 2 minutes of the hot flashes and just a couple of times a day, compared to how it was before I took it. And as far as the night sweats, I wasn't getting them as much. I didn't feel like, I'm swimming in my own sweat or anything. And it's a lot more tolerable. Although I do feel uncomfortable, a little bit uncomfortable because I'm not getting the kind of rest that I want, you know, the whole 8-10 hours sleep, you know, because I do feel a little hot, but I do fall back asleep. So, and I am having some nights, like last night, I slept all night. So it's not like a constant. So I have to assume that yes, it is going to keep getting better the longer I take this supplement. But I still think that, well, you know, it's part of being a woman, and it's something that we have to go through. And I hope it's gone quickly, because I really don't want it at all. But if you have to go through it, well, I hope and pray that I can go through it with grace. So I just thought I would let you know about this other one. Thank you very much for watching. If no one has told you today, remember that you are beautiful, you are wonderful, and you inspire someone every day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.